Hey everyone, it's Nick from Nick's Crossing, and today I'm filming from Strasburg, Pennsylvania, the famous Strasburg Railroad. It's actually number 475 behind me with this Norfolk Western steam engine, and it's getting ready to take off here, so we're going to spin around and see what they're going to do. They're hooking up to some passenger cars to take out some of the rail excursions all the way down the tracks, which you guys will see today. So there's the extent of the passenger train there. It's got a couple cars, you guys can see it. There they are, all the way past the water tower. But yeah, it's a gorgeous day. I believe it's the second day of spring. It's gonna be around 60 degrees, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna get some train footage here. And I got some new equipment to test out. I got the Osmo Action Cam that will be up and running. I'm also right now using the Osmo Mobile 3. So hopefully everything works out. We're gonna field test some of this awesome new gear. So I'll see you guys soon. So there's their water tower that they will use periodically throughout the day because the engines are fully active steam engines. They do use coal for their fuel source. Some railways use oil. So this railroad is very prototypical to what this would have been in the turn of the 19th century into the 20th century. And all these cars are beautifully decorated. We're not going to be riding in the cars today, unfortunately. The trains do book up quite fast. And with everything going on, yeah, these cars are beautiful. I love the stained glass work in the, to say that's the Western Maryland car. It's my favorite one on the set. And they also had a B&O car at one time, and they're all fully restored and look amazing. All right, here we go. B&O car. All right, everyone, so we are entering the platform area here. I'm actually using the Osmo now, the Osmo Action. We're gonna look both ways for crossing, you never know. Actually, really quick, we'll check out this Rutland boxcar. I'm going to stay away from the tracks here. And this is so cool. This is a switching system, the old school switch right here. And you can see it's locked, so it's thrown to the left, or actually to the right at all times. It's pretty cool, but check out this boxcar. I don't remember seeing this. And it looks fairly new, like newly restored. And if you hear any funny words, it's because I am wearing a face covering. It is required past the crossing there. We can get some other pictures here. Here's a little dwarf signal, and look at that, they're still using the light system there. Go a little bit further up. All right, so that is a milepost. It says number 6 on it. And here's another dwarf signal, and that is, I believe that's for the switch. So at night these light up really nice, looked really cool. You can actually see the signals all the way back there at the Caboose Motel. All right, so I'm not going to go any further, but you guys can see in the distance there are some other cars and things. The SW7 switcher engine is right back there, but we're going to head into the platform area now And like I said, I do have to wear a face covering. It's temporarily required. All right, here is the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania, and it's still currently closed. Yes, there's still a crowd gate here, so for me to actually walk through there, we'd actually have to cross the gate, walk across the street. There are a couple vehicles there, but they might be Strasburg employees. This is separately owned. This is not owned by Strasburg. It's actually owned by the state of Pennsylvania. So here's the back side of the station. This is their miniature railway that goes all the way up, and it turns up there. There's a turntable. They'll flop the engine around and they bring it back the other direction. And then here are some of the other surplus cars. This actually would have been great today if they had these operating. You have these two open air cars. And I've never sat open air on the Strasburg, but it is highly recommended from a lot of my fans and friends. On the other side, there's actually a Pennsylvania, looks like a heavyweight coach in the back, all made of steel. But all of these are wood slot or wood panel passenger cars. And these are the boarding signs. So you have, it says parlor car right here. The other one says, oh, I can't read that far. It just says loading car boarding, I guess. Oh, lounge car. Sorry. Oh, to my left I hear a buggy, horse and buggy. And there you guys go. Welcome to Lancaster. This road is very busy, but you can see some of the awesome pieces across the street. And our mini railway is not operating today, so I will cross right here. In there you can see some classic Pennsylvania Railroad engines. That appears to be a K4 locomotive back there. There's an Amtrak, and behind that we have old rivets. I believe that's old rivets between the Amtrak and that Reading observation or Streamline observation car. So I really wish you could get in here. It's all kinds of cool stuff, but unfortunately they're still closed due to the pandemic, and I think it's going to be a while until that happens. And here is the turntable I was telling you guys about. And these tracks are kind of rusty, so I don't think they've been running this train for a while. And there's a hey, there's the Lehigh Valley. I forgot what these engines are called. Used to call them doodlebugs or speeders, but I don't think that's correct. And then up here we actually have their switch tower. All kinds of things up there. They have all of the switching position, arms and everything. You can actually see a track board that's in there from where I'm at. There's a pretty bad glare on the windows, but it's kind of hard to see. So we're gonna go back to the platform area, crossing the mini, very mini railroad here. And I don't know what other trains they're running today. I saw 475 and you guys saw that as well. But I'm not sure if they're running 90 or 89 or just 475. Guess we'll find out. But usually they do run 2 to 3 trains at a time. Sometimes in the summer I've seen 3 trains. And this is really cool too. It's a 1920s, looks like a van of some type, or a truck van combo. And it's got the Strasburg Railroad Company on the side there in nice letters. And if I wasn't mistaken, I think I heard a choo-choo. So we will walk around the station here. Oh, there's a sign right there. Established in 1832. Alright guys, so it sounds like 475 is coming into the station. It is about 125 right now. There's our action cam. Let's see what she catches.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Train number 122, the Daddy and Stevens, now arriving at track number 2. For your safety, please remain clear of the track for the first way. Now passing
So I'm assuming today they're only running 475 because it took about an hour or so to get out and back. It's about actually 45 minutes because the train left late due to a party issue, but they are running one engine today. So we're gonna go after the engine stops and departs, or after all their guests disembark the train cars here, we're gonna go check out some other locations and film. It's about 125 right now. There's our action cam. Let's see what she catches.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Train number 122, the Daddy and Stevens, is now arriving at track number 2. For your safety, please remain clear of the track for the first way. Now passing.
All right, if you guys aren't familiar with Strasburg's railroad operations, so they go out and then come back. We have our, I'm assuming that's an engine or conductor there, and the engine's going to coming back. It's going to come back here and connect to the passenger cars head on. And I guess I don't know if it'd be called hammerheading back, but the train goes all the way in reverse, all the way up to Paradise, Pennsylvania, and then reconnects to the cars head on, actually facing forward. There we go. Here is engine 475. Alright guys, so we're walking the other side of the yard here. They got some other passenger cars that are not in use. And this looks fairly new of them storing this back here. I don't remember seeing them storing the stuff back here, but we're gonna see how far we can go before we can't go any longer. The shop tour just let out, and that was at noon, and unfortunately we didn't catch that today, so we're just gonna see the end of this row of cars, and we'll be moving on to other locations. Here's actually the end. One of their cars there. A little what's this, a backhoe, rubber tire backhoe. A couple of other parts laying around here. Looks like domes and stuff. There's a front plate to an engine. Or actually, that looks like the dome to a tanker car in there. I don't see any restricted signs. I think we're okay. But I will be respectful. And this is an operating rail yard, so I don't want to mess anything up or, you know, get in trouble. So right here is actually a mop hog. It's really cool to see. It's fully restored. And the engine of my interest that's back here is actually not this here, but check this out. And this is Strasburg engine number 2. And you guys, if you're familiar with my channel, I have Strasburg engine number 1. I'm not exactly sure of the manufacturer of this engine, but I have seen it move all over the yard before, but I haven't seen it move on the rails or their main line up there. This is a really cool looking piece here. And actually has a Lincoln coupler style there. So this may have been converted from a full scale to a narrow gauge, and you can see in there, this is really cool too. They actually have a narrow gauge track placed in the other rail. So maybe if they have to maintenance a narrow gauge style engine, they can do so. But that is really cool. I've never noticed that before. So we're gonna head back to the main yard there, or the passenger station, and then we're gonna head out to a couple other locations and then keep it going. All right guys, so we are in front of the Caboose Motel, and it says Casey Jones Restaurant, which you guys can see up here, and Red Caboose Motel, always mess that up. And we are going to see 475 go across the road here. I always forget what this crossing is called as well, but this is one of my favorite places to film because you can kind of see the yard that's way down there. I'm not going to zoom in now, but you can see the yard. We're actually going to walk on the other side of the tracks. That guy's flying down here. And we have the action cam set up on the ground, so you guys will get some cool footage from that. And I can't wait to check out the station footage. It's going to be really cool. So I did hear 3 blasts of the whistle all the way down there. So our engine should be taking off fairly shortly. All right, our train is moving. You can actually see the headlight has gotten brighter because it's actually pointing directly at us now. Before it was slightly turned. So we're gonna get 475 coming down the tracks. And there she is. The action cam is behind us, ready to capture this awesome engine. And for anyone asking what the yard limit sign is there, It's basically a speed reduction zone because you're going into a fairly decent sized yard, but it is not there for looks. That is a real live regulated sign. Oh, we actually have a horse and buggy crossing right in front here. Just in time before the train. Though you're not supposed to film the Amish, a lot of people do film intentionally, and it is not preferred. They like to be left alone. But if they jump in my footage here, like that, not really my fault. All right. Here come our gates on either side there. And here she is. Gates are going back up. So that is train number 3 for the day, and that took out at 2:10. So that's pretty late, but they're going to run this train very fast. They'll be back here in about 45 minutes or so. They're going to go up this track all the way up there, and there's tons of people filming. I love to see that. But there are kids trying to chase the train. I don't understand that. But anyways, that train's going to go all the way up to Paradise, Pennsylvania, where it intersects to the main line of Amtrak. And there is a Norfolk Southern service there that the Strasburg does drop off cars to, and that is for their freight service. So we're going to wait here, get 475 coming back home to Strasburg Station, and then we're going to head out for the day. All right, everyone, this is going to be the last train of the day that we're going to catch, and this is going to be here in about 20 minutes or so. I've got the action cam set up right on the track there, so get some cool footage. It's actually right next to the, they call it the free petting zoo that's in here. And you got all of this. And it's part of the Red Caboose Motel's property here. They did used to have an arcade. At one time, there was a caboose parked. It's kind of hard to see, but there's an American flag right there. But behind there is actual a stall that they used to have an arcade in. It's pretty cool. Oh, what is this? Hello, little dude. What's going on? Hopefully it's a nice miniature horse. Hoping it's a nice one. How's it going? You staying nice and cold? It's a little hot out here and you got a nice thick coat. Guess you and I share having long hair. How's it going? Doing all right? I know, I'm sorry, bud. I don't have any food. I'm hungry too. Oh, there's one of his friends in the field. There we go. All right, guys, so our action cam is on the ground, and I just checked through the DJI app. It's going to be an amazing shot. So you can actually control this camera using your phone, which I'm not used to at all. It's really cool. And there's 475 coming down the mountain. And you can see some smoke right in that quadrant there. There's actually some people down there. I kind of see that white van, or the end of that white row of wrapped, I guess it's hay or straw. There's a van parked there, and there's also a truck, so they're also filming. I love seeing people getting out and filming and just enjoying this beautiful weather. Either they're YouTubing or just taking photos or vlogging. Man, this is such a great location to do it. You meet so many awesome people out here too. And usually right about now, I start to hear the rails buckle and creak as the vibration travels down here, just like a giant, yeah, it's not like a giant musical instrument almost. Just the amount of power and weight these engines and cars have, it just rattles this entire area. And we'll most likely feel the ground shake as well. Oh, a little bit more smoke. And here she comes. And she was flying out of here. Once it hit that yard limit sign, they opened her up. But something fun to do while you do ride a train, if you'd like to figure out the speed, there are speedometer apps you can download. You can actually figure out how fast your train is going and how fast you're going, and it actually logs your speed. I'm not exactly sure what app I use, but usually when I ride a train that's not like a scenic railroad going like 5 miles an hour, if you're on this train, I like to clock it because on the way back, they do like to fly. And there she is. Yeah, they are flying down here. I love that. This is the coolest part. The engine is going up a small incline, but it just looks like it's in one place because well, actually we're at the top of the hill right now, and it looks like it's not moving at all. And at nighttime, it's very interesting. And by the time the train is here, it's rolling by you. And the crossing gates behind us just activated. And just like that, here is 475. There's the end of our gorgeous passenger train going through. They had a bunch of different cars on this one. Well, actually, all day they've been running different cars. They had the baggage car, the baggage combo car, and also a bunch of different coaches I haven't seen in a while. And guys, stick to the end. We're gonna see what this action cam picked up. It's gonna be great. All right, everyone, that's going to conclude this awesome little adventure of Strasburg. And yes, this is located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and is a town of Strasburg. I definitely recommend checking out the town. We don't have enough time to do that today. The town pretty much closes down around 3:30, 4 o'clock on Sundays. And it's just a quaint town that is to its own self. It's a beautiful town, but there's lots of things to do. There's tons of antique stores. We have Choo Choo Barn. We have the model train shop too, Strasburg Model Train Store. We have the Caboose Motel. Behind that, we have the toy train, actually the National Toy Train Museum, which one of these days I hope it does open. I'd love to check it out. But there's also tons of locations to do off of Route 30. And when the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum opens up, we'll definitely be there. And I've got some friends in the YouTube family that would love to check that out as well. But thank you all for joining me in this great adventure. I'm hoping this footage turns out amazing. And give me a comment. I mean, let me know how you guys like the new DJI equipment that I purchased. But if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We go on adventures like this all the time. And also, don't forget to check in on Monday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Monday Run Day Lives. We do a little bit of train chat, and we run O-scale toy and model trains. So thank you all so much for joining me in this adventure. This is Nick from Nick's Crossing. But until then, I'll see you guys in future adventures just like this.